Good afternoon. Welcome back to The Siege, or good morning, good evening, and welcome back. I hope you have a fantastic day. Let me switch to live here. Hello. Um, hi. Welcome to Mole in the Morning and Gaming News. And as always, it's Mole in the Morning first, where we just talk about this and that, and then we're jumping into the gaming news. And man, we have some interesting news. Like, I still try to wrap my head around those. But yeah, that's what we have planned for today. And then afterwards, we are playing Baldur's Gate 3. We continue our all evil run. Wait, what? And yeah, that's what we are planning. Hello there, Mr. Dragodai. Hello there, Kirsche. Hello there, Chaos. Hello there, Mr. Krung Skunk. Hello there, Sakura. Good to see you. Good to see you. And hello there to everyone else lurking in the shadows. I hope you have a good look. And welcome in, folks. Welcome in. Hey, Krunk. Stayed up late. Slept in a little. How dare you? By the way, so, Skunk, I had to think of you. Well, first of all, I'm doing things here. There we go. I had to think of you because I got 2 days ago. I got a huge canister bottle. I don't even know what to call this thing with this. Haha. Dark chocolate, dark drinking chocolate with true Swiss chocolate. Yes. So I had to think of you. And believe it or not, I had my first drink yesterday. It was delicious. Yes, I had my first drink yesterday. It's absolute delicious. I mean, it looks exactly as you expected it to look. It's like it is what it is. It's delicious. Add more milk. Yeah, so I made a mistake, and this is me being a dingus. So as you probably know, there are drinks you can do, or you basically have to do with milk, and there are other ones you have to do with, well, water, right? Well, this one is clearly made for milk, and, well, guess what I used? Yeah, I give you a tip, it was not milk. So I realized that when I drank it, and I was like, yeah, yeah, this is not what I'm supposed to do. And then I was reading it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, they even say use milk. Use milk. Cool. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I know, I definitely know that um, my, I have like a cappuccino, right? A cappuccino with milk or chocolate. That you can do with water. Yeah. And there is, I think there's one with marzipan you can do. So I was under the impression you could do that. Well, I was under the wrong impression. I learned from it, and now I use milk. Up. We all learn from our mistakes, and that was one of my mistakes for sure. But yeah, I will test it today again, but this time with milk. You can be sure of that, and then we will see. What else? What else? So let's talk about this right now. I still have some other stuff I want to talk about, but let's talk about this right now because, well, Skunk is here. Yes, if you didn't know, me and Skunk, we are getting married. Yes, we have a kid, and wait, no, that was not what I wanted to talk about. What I actually wanted to talk about is something which did go through my mind yesterday, and then I saw the post from you, Skunk, on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, it might happen sooner than later. So Skunk was basically retweeting a person who decided to leave Twitch, and they are basically going to Facebook Gaming. Now, I expected that to a certain degree, and like here's the thing, like it did cross my mind yesterday when I was thinking about and was looking about at like some other streamers I have now been knowing for years, right? I've been looking at their numbers, which is like whatever, but I also was hanging out in their streams and listening to them. And here's the thing, they sound very much like I did, like a few weeks ago. They sound a little bit defeated, and they like you can sometimes see like this is something you really notice as a streamer, not so much as a viewer, but you have those things going on in the background you really notice as a streamer. And I see it with big streamers as well. When big streamers doing something very specific, I'm like, I know what you just did there. I saw that. Because I do that myself sometimes. And but I sometimes see people looking over to their dashboard, and then they're checking like some numbers or something like that, and you can really see how like for a split second their face is like not happy. And it's one of those things you really realize as a streamer, because while you're doing it sometimes yourself, I try to stop with it, like especially now that I'm on YouTube. I have completely given up on that practice. Like I don't even see my data right now if I'm not like opening up specifically my data. um so yeah, but you notice it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have actually more people leaving Twitch fairly soon. I have the feeling there will be more people leaving Twitch very soon, because they are clearly people who are not happy, like absolutely not happy with Twitch over there. Not just from a growing perspective. Like growing is a problem for basically everyone there. Like even for the big streamers, like as I said, like growing is not just a small streamer issue. The big streamers or medium-sized streamers who have a few thousand people watching, but not tens of thousands or let alone hundreds of thousands, they are also struggling to be seen. And they are already in the 1 percentile, right? And even they are not being recognized. Even they're not seen by new people coming in. Like they're even sometimes losing followers, they're losing viewers, but because they are so big, they don't notice it that much, or they don't notice it at all. But it happens. And again, like you can imagine when a big streamer is already struggling with those issues, you can imagine like how smaller streamers are struggling with it. It's like again, here's the thing. Hello, Mr. Swans. How are you doing? And even helped me getting engaged. Well, then he did definitely do more than I did, which is amazing. I'm a terrible friend. I'm terrible at friendships. It's horrible. But here's the thing. I truly believe that we will see more people leaving the platform, leaving Twitch soon, because Twitch is just full. It's just super full. And unfortunately, most of the mixer streamers, even though they came over with a community, they couldn't even make a dent into the behemoth Twitch is now. And yeah, I can totally see that we will see more people like moving. Like here's the thing. Yes, I might lose out some viewers. I know that my numbers are a little bit lower than they have been on Twitch, but here's the thing, it's all calculated for me. Like, the numbers I now have are so close to the numbers I had on Twitch, which is kind of mind boggling and also tells me a lot. But here's the thing, even though my numbers when it comes to live streaming are very close to Twitch, everything else which is resulting from that is so much better than Twitch. Like, my World of Warcraft stream yesterday wasn't wasn't too great. Wasn't like a lot of people didn't care for World of Warcraft live stream. Alright? Which is like, okay, expected. I don't blame anyone. But afterwards, like I come back to my video, my live stream from yesterday with World of Warcraft, and I see the number and I'm like, how did that happen? Wait, what? Where, where do they come from? And it's like, even when you have like a meh live stream of a game, you still have a huge chance afterwards that that video you just produced or live streamed is actually still drawing in people. Again, on Twitch, you don't have that. You're done on Twitch with the live stream, and that's it. Like that live stream is done. There's no rat tail you can follow. Bruh, you were like the second streamer I followed. Uh, thank you. Uh-huh. I'm still a horrible friend. Just say it. It's okay. It's because I wanted to give you Milka chocolate. Was that a mistake? um, I love you, Skunk. Like you're good people. You're good people, man. But going back to the topic, it's like, yeah, and I think more and more um top drama performance. Thank you. I never got a Golden Globe. Um, like here's the thing. Like I think more and more people slowly realize it. Like a lot of people when they came to Twitch had this hope that they would do splendidly over there, and some people have. Some people have, but 99% of the people ran it against the walls, which is Twitch, and just failed miserably. And it's not even their fault. Like it's not even like their fault. Like they are doing everything similar to what they did on Mixer. They know how to grow, they know how to stream. Like they are not like new streamers anymore. Like everyone who came from Mixer and who has been streaming there for quite some time knows how to do the streaming business. But even with all that knowledge and all that expertise they're bringing to the table, I see a lot of people just don't take off. Or, well, not even take off, like, not even establishing themselves. And again, the more I look into this whole topic, and the more I talk also to like bigger streamers where I have connections, it's basically the same answer I'm getting over and over again. And that answer is, yeah, Twitch doesn't let you grow. And now you might, of course, say, but wait, what is with the big streamers who became big? Well, they became mostly big on Twitch when Twitch wasn't still so convoluted, when Twitch wasn't that big. Like most of the big streamers you see nowadays became big because they were there from the beginning. They were basically like most of us Mixer streamers. They were one of the first who came to the platform. That was the product they could offer, and that's where the people were going to. But now, like you cannot really compare that anymore. It's like I saw a streamer I know for quite some time who said like a few months ago, like, hey, I don't understand the people who always say like you need Instagram, you need TikTok, YouTube to grow here. I growed on Twitch without like any of that. I made it on Twitch without any of that, and I'm like, dude. And I sent them actually a DM, and I was like, dude, don't get me wrong here, but you did grow on Twitch like over 8 years ago. Like the things which were possible 8 years ago on Twitch and are possible today are slightly different. Like you can't really compare that. Yeah. So, oh yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like if you're already an established YouTuber or streamer and then you're going to Twitch and you bring like thousands of people with you, Twitch is such a better place to make money than YouTube is. Like it really is. Because on Twitch the mentality of spending money is much bigger. But that's the problem though. Like as long as you have not that established like thousands of people community, then you will not even make a dent there. And well, the problem is most people don't have that. And so I truly do believe that people will actually like move over to like other platforms. I think they will definitely check out Facebook gaming, which is like, ooh, okay. And maybe some people might even check out YouTube. Like, even though I think most people will go to Facebook gaming, I don't know what it is with YouTube, but it seems like people are, they don't really have a big interest to go to YouTube gaming, which I have to admit is a YouTube problem. Like, YouTube has not done a lot in the last few years to facilitate and to amplify their live streaming service. Like this is one of the main reasons I was complained about, where I'm like, hey YouTube, what's your plan in the foreseeable future? Like you have a plan, right? Because like this status quo YouTube gaming and YouTube live streaming is in right now, this cannot continue for long. Like you have to do something. When you think streaming, most people don't think YouTube. Yeah, which is another problem. Like again, this is all like a marketing and, well, I would say UI issue. And yeah, it's oh well, YouTube is relatively automatous. Like they are not bound too much to Google. Like most of their decisions, they have their own CEO, by the way, on YouTube. They have their own CEO. Like they're basically a very independent company from YouTube. Like they from Google. So they don't really have to ask Google if they want to make any decisions, which is good. Yeah, they even like they have their own. I think they even have their own CEO for the gaming division now, or something like that, because they wanted to give the gaming division more freedom of choice and whatnot. But well, so far that didn't work all too great. Still better than Twitch, like, definitely better than Twitch, but yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh right. What else? What else do I have? Anything else? Or do I want to talk about the other things we have? Uh, oh yeah, by the way, if you've missed it, just a quick like gaming stuff thing I want to throw in here. Sega has like celebrating 60 years of Sega, and where you can also get Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Some people might say it's the best Sonic the Hedgehog game. It was better. You can get that for free. You can also play like Total War Game for free, and all the other games have their price lowered quite a bit. So if you want to grab like one of those games, like I think Theme Park Hospital is in for $10. Fantastic game if you don't have it. Yakuza is also on sale. Like there are a lot of games on sale right now, and you should definitely check it out. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Streets of Kamurocho coming. I saw this yesterday. This is basically Streets of Rage 2 meets, well, Yakuza, which is like hilarious. So definitely check it out. They are celebrating this now for the next, I think, 60 years. Yakuza 0. By the way, if you have not Yakuza 0 already, it's $5 right now. That's a steal. It's such a good game. Like $5, man, that's a steal. Get it? Like, come on, man. Like, that's so good. It's so good. Nights into Dreams is also free if you link your Steam account to the Sega website. Well, there you go. Definitely do that. Thank you, Sakura. Yep. Oh, Skunk asked if YouTube has the sub thing and stuff. Yes, they have emotes, they have subs. You can tip directly to the streamer through so-called super chats. So it's not like Twitch where you buy an arbitrary bits, but you can directly say, okay, I want to support the streamer with this amount of money, and then I want my message to be highlighted. So they are not like doing this arbitrary currency thing like Twitch does. But yeah, YouTube has the same thing, and you have to be, of course, a YouTube partner to get there. But I will be honest, getting YouTube partner is doable. Is doable. Yeah. So yeah, they have subs. They have basically like bits, but they call it super chat, and you're paying money directly and not just buying a currency. They have emotes, which you can unlock with subscription. They have the ad revenue. What's the thing for partnership? Oh, it's not really a biggie. If you're interested yourself, you can just go under your YouTube channel or YouTube Studio, and then let me show you this. You go in the YouTube Studio. Ah, this is so bright. Then you're clicking on monetization, and there you have it. Huh? There you have it. You need 1,000 subscribers, and you need 4,000 watched hours in a year. So, eh, it's and that the YouTube Studios is like bright. Like YouTube is in dark mode, but freaking YouTube Studios is like bright. It's like I hate that so much, man. I hate that so much. Oh. But yeah, that are the requirements. Keep in mind though, they are still checking on a few things. Like it's not like all automatic. The good thing for me is they don't check me really because I was already a YouTube partner in the past. So I already was there. But then I stopped doing YouTubing, and like you can still see my old German videos who actually drawed in quite a bit of a crowd. Um But so that was the time where I became YouTube partnered, and then I stopped doing YouTube. And well, at some point, YouTube was like, "Hey, dude, um, about your partnership, like we have to deactivate that from now. But if you are meeting like the new requirements, we will gladly let you back in." And I was like, "All right." Warhammer 2 DLCs on sale. Two, they're good. I like the Warhammer 2 DLCs. We do not talk about Warhammer 3 because that doesn't exist, and I think it doesn't have any DLCs because it just moved on. Or do you mean Total Warhammer? You mean Total Warhammer, right? Yeah, you mean Total Warhammer. Um, the other DLCs on Total Warhammer, yeah, they're right. They're adding some new heroes. They're adding some new units. Like it's a nice addition. It's a nice addition. It's nothing crazy. Um, it's something like Sega very much became Paradox in that regard, like just pushing out tons of small DLCs. Yeah. Again, they are mostly like adding a new faction commander, and that new faction commander is getting like one or two more units. So you could argue if the value is there, but yeah, they're alright. If they're on sale, I would say yes. So huh. That's Sega, right? Yes, it is. It is. Like the biggest expansion, and that was a little bit weird to me personally, was when they combined Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2. And weirdly enough, like when I did that, I basically combined them, and that was like the biggest expansion to me because it added so much to the game that you could just like do the old world, and then you have both maps combined, and you have like all the factions there. Yeah, like that was the real DLC to me. So yeah, that was even like I would say the most worth DLC. I know it's not really a DLC, but you get the idea. You get the idea. But yeah, so YouTube partnership, in my opinion, is doable, and that's what I'm working on. So yeah, thank you very much for that support. By the way, I do appreciate that. Um, so let's talk a little bit about the channel, and then we are jumping into the gaming news. But we have a few things I want to mention very quickly, and then we are jumping right into it. Shall we? Shall we? First things first, if you have missed it yesterday, and I will post it here again, since yesterday, we have now a Patreon. And a lot of you have already decided to support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Like, thank you very much, especially for the people who also used like the higher tiers. Like, thank you. And if you want to support me there without giving Twitch any money or giving YouTube any money, you can do it right there on Patreon. Yes, Patreon is taking, of course, a little bit of a cut, but it's nothing in comparison to, let's say, Twitch or even YouTube. Like they are taking between 5 and what is the highest one, 12%, depending on like what tier you're using. So yeah, yeah, they are not. But yeah, thank you for all the people who already support me. That helps a lot. And we have multiple tiers to offer. Like the smallest one is $3 or €3, and then I think it's $3.50 because it's euro. And well, euro is a little bit stronger than the dollar. But yeah, thank you for all the people who already do that. And if you want to support me, you can just click on the link and then you can decide whatever you want to do. If you can't do it or you don't want to do it, that's fine. It's just basically like another option for people who don't want to support me any further on Twitch because they don't want to give Twitch money because I don't stream there anymore, or they don't want to wait till like YouTube is coming up. Some people I know, they will switch to YouTube when YouTube is giving me the partnership. Like that's completely fair. It's just another option. And no, there's no OnlyFans. I'm sorry, there's no OnlyFans. Forget it. um, with that said, regarding YouTube, so cool thing. If you didn't know, Chaos Mo's live right now on YouTube. Lol. But we also have our second episode of AI, the Somnium Files, which are now live. It's right there. And if you want to know how big the ball sack of a tanuki can become, you should watch that video. And if you're like, what? Yeah, yeah, don't ask. Just let it happen. Learn how big the ball sack of a tanuki can become. It's like this game, like this game starts off on such a serious tone and then becomes very lighthearted, but it also has this ominous feeling in the background that something bad will happen at some point. Um, I will upload the third episode today, so we have basically one episode per day, and it will run for a little bit. But yeah, I will do a full playthrough. It's a bit spooky, but it's also like funny, so it tries to be both, and you should check it out. It's worth it. Like I know not everyone likes this anime style, and there will be a lot of people who are like, "Oh, that's a bit too much anime for me." It's worth it. It's really, really, really worth it. Like so far, it has been good. I'm of course already further in the game because I've already pre-recorded some videos, but yeah, it's good. So far, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Which brings us to the last topic regarding my YouTube channel. And then we are jumping into the gaming news. So, first things first. Starting next week, we will have basically, well, not physically, but we will have basically a calendar for certain events on certain days. So what I want to do is I want to release certain videos on certain days, like a Tech Tuesday, where I talk about technology. By the way, these are just loose examples. It's not like that they will necessarily happen. I will give you a full list over the weekend, but just to give you an idea of what I'm planning. Like Tech Tuesday on Tuesday, then on Thursday we have, I don't know, like Random Game Thursday, and then on Saturday we have like a Lost Ark podcast, something like that, right? Like having like certain days for certain topics and themes. And I would love to do that for a while. And I would love to see how that functions. Because here's the thing, Taco Thursday, no, it's Taco Tuesday. You got that wrong. Um, I just want to see how it works out for me. And more importantly, I have to manage my hours a little bit better. Like right now, because of I have been doing mostly live streaming, right? Like that was always like my biggest part here, like doing live streaming for hours and hours and hours. And I didn't really do much afterwards when it came to, or well, I didn't really do much like of other projects afterwards. Like I did my emails, I did my Twitter, I did some networking, hanging out with people, the whole shebang, the whole shebang. But I never really like had like a coordinated plan for things I want to do and want to produce after the live streaming. So we would just have like the things coming up, and I need that a little bit to get a little bit of a time frame to what I'm doing with my working hours. Like I have to manage my working hours better. So I do live streams and then I do some other like pet projects I want to do. And we will start that next week. So next week, I will probably post it on Sunday or Saturday. Sunday or Saturday, I have to see. I will post what you will get per week. Like some of the things will be a limited time, like they will not be permanent. Some other things will run as long as I intend them to run, right? Like some of the things will only run for like 4 weeks. Like it will be like a 4 week series. Or some other things will run as long as I expect them to go. Like maybe they're going for 6 months, maybe for a year, maybe for 2 years. I don't know, right? I don't really have like a timer for those shows. And it will be a mix. It will be a mix of the two. Yes. And also, I need something to drink. Also, have you noticed since about 2 weeks, and I know it will jinx it now because my ISP is listening, we didn't had any issues. I'm kind of happy about that. It's like I'm kind of happy about that. Yeah, not gonna complain. And now I jinxed it, and now we'll drop frames like crazy. Just wait for it. Ugh. I shouldn't have just said anything. No, I'm kidding. Like we're not dropping any frames. We're good. All right. So, with that said, let's talk about video games. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's uh, let's talk about gaming news because we have a few. So first things first, let's talk a little bit about well, PlayStation. Wap wap wap. Yep, that good old PlayStation. And by the way, if you want to do me a massive favor, this is my going live tweet. Man, a lot of links today. If you want to like that, I would gladly appreciate it. For everyone who has already liked this, thank you. I do appreciate that even more. Like, thank you. Helps a lot. But yeah, if you want to like that little tweet, I would appreciate that because it helps me a lot. But let's talk about gaming news and let's talk about Sony and PlayStation because well they were two things which happened yesterday. First things first, apparently PlayStation is partnering with Burger King. Yes, Burger King to give away 1000 PlayStations, which is like okay, nice. Well, that's better than 100, but not too much. And of course, yes, that is limited to the USA. And they will start that soon, and they will explain exactly like how you can win a PlayStation, which is like okay, well, nice, I guess. Nice. Yeah. But what is far more interesting, so Sony released update 8.0 for their PlayStation system yesterday, and a lot of people got a new message. And that message was like, hey, so because we value your privacy and we value the security of our people, we are now able to listen in to your voice chat. So if you are using the voice chat system on your PlayStation, somebody from Sony, or, well, let's be honest here, somebody from law enforcement can listen in. And that was basically the warning they put out. Now, a lot of people were pissed about this. Like, there were hashtags trending on Twitter, and people were like, what the hell? And how can you do this? And oh my god, Sony, I thought you would be better than this. You know, the usual thing. The thing is just, this is going on for years. Like, not necessarily with the voice thing when it comes to Sony, but everything else. Like, what are the names? Siri is listening in, Cortana is listening in, stupid Amazon is listening in. Like, everyone is listening in to what you are saying and what you're talking about, and I guarantee you there will be a person on the other line listening in. Like, A, it's too much of value to those companies, and B, like, law enforcement will be pretty much up their asses if they're not providing this feature. Like, this is why World of Warcraft is basically like able to read your whispers day one. Like, I still remember when people were shocked about this, when I think there was actually like a terrorist or something like that, which they got because they used the whisper function in World of Warcraft, and people were like, wait, Blizzard and law enforcement can read my whispers? But I'm sending all my naughty stuff to people over that. And people were up in arms, and I'm like, yeah, of course they can read your whispers. Like, I mean, what did you expect? It's the same thing with League of Legends. There were actually people, mostly kids, of course, but there were actually people who. So, League of Legends is a very toxic game because it's a very competitive game, and, well, everyone is blaming everyone instead of themselves, and, well, that's how League of Legends is going. And there was a system in place where, of course, Riot Games would punish those people which are overstepping their bounds. Like, when you were a huge dick in chat and you were getting reported, that chat report is being sent to Riot, and they're looking at it and they're like, okay, well, yeah, you were a complete dick, we ban you, right? And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, as I said, kids probably, people believed that if they would just wait till they're out of the game and back into the after game chat room, because there's like an after game chat room when you are done with the game, and they would start to harass people there, they would be fine. Because that's the chat Riot Games cannot read because it's not directly in the game. And it's like, hey, this this is all in the Riot Games servers. This is all like Riot. Like, what do you expect? What? Like, how young are you? Like, there were literally people who got banned by Riot Games, and then they did go to like Reddit or Twitter, and they were like, uh, Riot Games cannot know about what I said because I said it in the after chat room and not in the in-game chat. I was like, are you really that dumb? Like, what? What? Unbelievable. And so I'm not really surprised that Sony is like, I'm actually surprised that Sony didn't listen in sooner. Like, duh. Like, I'm actually surprised more about that they started to do it now and didn't do it sooner, right? So it's a bit, yeah, as expected, to say the least, as expected. All right, next news. Man, Among Us is dominating YouTube right now. Like, apparently, I have to play more Among Us on YouTube. But in September, in total, 4 billion people watched Among Us videos. All Among Us video in total are reaching the spot of 4 billion. So if they're combining all the Among Us videos, they're getting like 4 billion viewers, which is kind of crazy. The biggest market for Among Us with under 19% is the United States. Then there's Mexico and South Korea, and this, and even Indonesia makes up to more than 5% of the viewers. So, and apparently 6% of all those people also look for Among Us animation. So, yeah. Among Us is huge. Not just on Twitch, but also, of course, on YouTube. And I should really stream more Among Us. I really have to do that at some point. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Like when you look at their numbers right now, like even just when you were entering Among Us in the search function, like you have like crazy views on this. It's live right now, and apparently 1.8 people are watching. I should really play Among Us just to grow. But yeah, as you can see, like so many people, so many people. Like it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Hmm. As long as you don't speak German, that's cheating. It's not too convincing. Nein, nein, it wasn't me. Nein, nein. I hate the oh, dude. Like this is what I think. This is the newest trend with like Among Us videos. Is this whole, yeah, 200 IQ. Nah, man, 400 IQ. Nah, 900 IQ. It is so annoying. It's like, horrible. And I'm also pretty sure at this point, like, a lot of people are just like copying the art of other people. Like it's kind of crazy. Like I'm pretty sure at this point, like people are just stealing the art of other people and use them as their thumbnails. And it's like, ugh. It's a bit annoying. But hey, it's apparently the thing where you can get like thousands of views. I really have to do like an Among Us evening. Damn it. I need the views, man. I need the views. Oh yeah, the devs are definitely happy. So, but yeah, Among Us is just crazy huge right now. And it seems like it will still stay that way. So that's good. All right. Next news. 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 All the news. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has now released their PC specs. Keep in mind, Assassin's Creed Valhalla does not have ray tracing like Watch Dogs. Um, so let's have a look at the specs, shall we? Booms. So we have the minimum specs, which is 1080p 30 FPS, lowest preset. Needs an AMD R9 3080 or GeForce GTX 9060, an AMD Ryzen 3 1200 or an Intel i5 4460, 8 GB of RAM, and I would say that's pretty average. Yeah. This is if you want to play this on high settings, which is 1080p 60 FPS, I think this is the more important stuff. You need an AMD Vega 64, damn, and a GeForce GTX 1080. You need a Ryzen 170 or an Intel i7 6700, and you still need 8 GB. And they recommend an SSD. Enthusiast, it's 2K, very high presets, AMD RX 5700 XT, and an NVIDIA GeForce 2080 Super? Wait, why do I need a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Super, but not for this one? What? And you need an AMD Ryzen 5 3600X or an Intel i7 8700K and 16 GB of dual channel mode. Have to say, this is kind of crazy. Like, not gonna lie, this is like, I mean, yes, it's 2K and this is 4K and they don't have DLSS, I think. But it's still a bit like, yeah, it's a bit, no, it's not. It's for the G. I think they missed the S. I think they missed the S on Ultra because that would explain it. But no, it isn't. It isn't. Oh yeah, they also. This is also kind of interesting. For 4K, they only give 30 FPS. Like they are not even offering a 60 FPS solution. Yeah, I assume this is switched. It's like, wait a second, wait a second. So the only thing you can offer is 4K 30? What? Why would you? What? That's not good. Yeah, that's. It's also like this is something Ubisoft has been going on now for years. Yeah, enthusiast is basically the thing you want to go with. But here's the thing, and this is something I don't understand with Ubisoft, is you have ray tracing, right? You have ray tracing and DLSS in Watch Dogs Legion. But you don't have that in Assassin's Creed? Why? Like, why do we have two games which are basically coming out nearly at the same time? Well, Watch Dogs Legion is even a little bit before. And why do you not offer those features in Assassin's Creed? Like, why do you need two different engines? Like, Ubisoft has how many engines? Three? I know they definitely have two. I think they have three engines, plus Unreal Engine they're sometimes using here and there for some games. And it's like, come on, man. Can you not like decide what you want? No, actually, I think they have four. They have the Anvil engine, which is Assassin's Creed. Then they have Snowdrop, which they're using here and there. Then they have uh, what is what is Watch Dogs? Watch Dogs is also like one of their proprietary engines. Like they have like at least three engines, if not even more. Yeah, I don't know when they started on Legion. I don't know. Let me see. Ubisoft game engines. Let's see if there actually is a list. Like I know that Anvil is a thing. Um, yeah, this is Anvil. And Anvil is used in Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Immortals Phoenix Rising. Right. But that's not the only engine. Um, Snowdrop, I know exists. They're using Unreal Engine for Rainbow Six. Let me see. Do they have like a list of like? Oh yeah. Um, they used the Dunia engine, but I don't know if they're still using it. Like the Dunia engine was basically an off-brand of the Cry engine and was first introduced in Far Cry 3, Snowdrop, like as I said, Anvil, and oh, Disrupt. And Disrupt is the engine they're using for Ubisoft Montreal for Watch Dogs. So Disrupt is for Watch Dogs, Anvil is for Assassin's Creed, and most of their open world, like crazy open world games. And then there's the Dunia engine they used for Far Cry. Yeah. And then there's Snowdrop. So they have four engines plus the Unreal Engine now and then. Man, speaking about having like a lot of engines, and they all have their own features and whatnot. Like it's weird. It's weird. Ubisoft is weird sometimes. Just saying. All right. But yeah, now that we talked about this, let's talk about the next news. And this is rather interesting. So, this happened yesterday. Um, the German government has decided that they would change how they rate video games in Germany. So, right now, video games have only been rated depending on the gameplay. So, let's say Overwatch is a game which is rated for 12-year-olds, which is more or less teen rating. And then we have Doom, which is of course rated for 18 years old. But we have also a rating for 16 years old, which is like in between because basically our government is realizing that there is like something in between 12 and 18 years old, and it makes sense to have like a 16-year-old rating. So yeah, some of the games which are more like 16 is like where there is like some sex in it, where there is like a little bit of blood now and then, and but it's not like fully 18. It's not like fully on gore. And yeah, that is basically how the rating works. And for now, games were always rated depending on what's in the game, right? Nothing else mattered. Like again, Overwatch is a game which was rated for 12-year-olds because, well, it's like a comic. It is a shooter, but it's like rather comic-esque and it's more like fun. But now, with the change of some of the laws, very soon they will rate games depending on the complete package. And one of the main things they noticed is loot boxes or loot crates. So games could get a higher age rating when they are loot crates or microtransactions in your game. And that is pretty big because in Germany, the age ratings are not like in the USA, right? Where they just have like an industry owned body rating like the games and nobody gives a damn. Like here, it is coming directly from the state, like the age rating. And this can have some serious repercussions, like when you want to buy a game which is for 16 years old or even like 18 years old, you need an ID card. You need an official ID card to buy those games. Of course, not so much like when you are going to a retailer and you are looking old enough, like nobody will ask you for your ID card. But let's say the PlayStation Store. You want to buy God of War, which is for like 16-year-olds, because it got rated that. You need an ID card. You have to enter an ID card on the PlayStation Store. Of course, if you don't have that, you can't buy the game. And this is why a lower age rating was always in the interest of a lot of game developers. This is why sometimes even some of those game developers censored their own games. Like, this is the misconstruction which is going around in the world sometimes, that Germany is censoring games. Germany has never censored games. They never did go to a developer and they were like, hey, yo, censor your game there. No. The developers, they did it themselves. Like, the developer all did it themselves because they wanted a lower age rating. Because getting an 18 plus age rating, it's bad for your selling figures. Because Germany is a relatively big market and you want to make sure that those selling figures are high. And a lower age rating helps a lot. Believe me, it does a lot. I still remember when Command & Conquer Generals was like super interesting, right? Like Command & Conquer Generals came out and that was relatively close to 9/11, right? Like Command & Conquer Generals came out afterwards, but it was still very close. And so because of that, our age rating system was like, yeah, folks, we rated it 16 first, but with like 9/11 and all that stuff, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, we will make this mature. Like, we will make this mature. And EA then was like, no, we have a better idea. Yeah, you can rate this mature, but we will release a new version of the game, which was completely censored. Like, the soldiers were cyborgs at that point. They took out like the the bomb dudes who have like the bombs strapped to the chest, like the suicide bombers. They basically took them out and they put in like rolling barrels with explosives. Yeah, I kid you not. They were rolling barrels with explosives instead of people. Like that was what EA did for the German market because they wanted to get and still remain or still have the lower age rating. That was super duper important to them because sales, man. So now that the German government is basically thinking about taking in loot boxes and other microtransactions into consideration if they will raise the age rating for a video game, this can have huge repercussions for game developers. Like, keep in mind, Germany is still a big gaming market. Like, it's pretty big. I don't know if we are still number three. I think we are number four now, but we have been like the third biggest gaming market for years and decades. Let me see. Let me see. Who are the biggest gaming markets? I mean, China. Surprise. Surprise. Then there is United States. It's number two. Then it's Japan. And then it's the European Union. And there it is. Let me see. Yeah. So number one with 4.4 billion in 2017 was the United Kingdoms, and then Germany was second afterwards with 4.3 billion. But I think this already raised. Like I think this is already higher. Like I know that the German industry like had some pretty good years in the last 2 years. But yeah, still pretty high. And it's a market like you don't want to miss out on. So I could actually see that game developers will become, how to put that, creative on how to hide their loot boxes. Like maybe they're doing something like Activision did, like removing the loot crates at the beginning of the release and then just patch them in afterwards. Wouldn't really surprise me. But yeah, that is a huge change. Like again, that's huge for game developers and publishers because you really want to make sure that you get a low age rating to sell as many units as possible. So, yeah. All right. Next news. What do we have? Yeah, this is weird. This is absolutely weird. So, GameStop has announced a deal with Microsoft. And that deal not implies, but that deal includes that GameStop will get money from Microsoft for every digital download and digital content from any device that GameStop brings into the Xbox ecosystem. So, to put it bluntly, Microsoft GameStop is selling you a console, and every time you were downloading something on that console, GameStop is getting a cut from that from Microsoft. And I'm like, why? And I actually mean everything digital, right? Like whenever you were getting a DLC, a movie, or anything else which is digital, and you bought that console from GameStop, they're getting a cut. And I'm like, why? What's in there for Microsoft? Why would Microsoft want this? Like why GameStop wants this? Duh, right? I get it. But why Microsoft? Like, what's in there for Microsoft? Like, yeah, sure, of course, this incentivizes GameStop to sell more Xboxes than PlayStation, right? I get that. Like, it's better for GameStop now to sell an Xbox than a PlayStation because from the PlayStation perspective, they will not see a single cent. But from an Xbox perspective, well, they make some money from that. But even with that said, like, is it really that much? Like, it is so weird. Like, I can't imagine why Microsoft sees really something good in that. Like, is GameStop still selling so many consoles that it is worth it for Microsoft? Like, it's baffling to me why they would do this. Like, I can't imagine that GameStop will sell so many more consoles just because of that. But maybe I'm wrong. I when it comes to GameStop, I'm pretty much at the point where I see a dying business and I don't care too much anymore. So yeah, maybe that is a thing. Who knows? All right. Uh, well, I have some bad news for everyone who's still playing Terra. If you're playing Terra and you are in the United States, well, good luck. Gameforge is taking over. Mm-hmm. Yay! Gameforge is unfortunately one of those free-to-play publishers who take all your money, and they are doing some very, very questionable item sales and whatnot. Like, yeah, Gameforge is one of those free-to-play publishers which not very much liked, to say the least. And they're now owning the rights to do the publishing and whatnot in America for Terra, and they have been doing that for the EU for quite some time. Like right from the beginning, they were also the publishers for Ion, and well, let me tell you, it's great. So sorry to you if you were still playing Terra, that you were living in the Americas. Uh, Sucks. All right. Well, are you ready? Because it is time to look at the PlayStation 5. user experience. Let's have a look, shall we?
Hi everyone, I'm Hideaki Nishino, and I head up PlayStation's platform planning and management team, which includes product and UX design. Today, we are finally going to give you a look at the PlayStation 5 user experience.
Okay.
You will see some of the features that enable games to work together with the hardware and network to deliver a truly next-generation experience. Our vision for a PS5 user experience is simple. We believe that your playtime is valuable and should be meaningful. PlayStation team members from all around the world work to deliver a PS5 experience that is completely centered on you, the player, connecting you with a great play and a passionate community of gamers. With a look and feel that's designed for 4K TVs, the PS5 user experience was built from the ground up to take advantage of the console capabilities, complementing the transformative games coming with this new generation. I should note that this video tour is from a pre-production environment on the PS5 console, so there may be a few small wrinkles or minor changes once the console launches in November.
Yeah, minor changes.
And now,
this is the
let's check it
experience
out,
you get.
courtesy of our own Sid Schumann.
Thanks, Nishino-san. Welcome to your new PlayStation 5 console experience. This time, we've started up from rest mode. We've already created an account and signed into PlayStation Network, so let's log in.
Oh no, you can totally show me your account, please.
In this case, I've resumed right where I left off in Sackboy: A Big Adventure. And here, we're looking at PlayStation 5's Control Center. From here, it's one click and we're right back into the game, but let's take a moment and look around.
Reminds me a bit of Nintendo Switch.
One tap of the PlayStation button away. It provides immediate access to almost everything you need from the system without leaving the game.
That's not a bad thing.
This includes things like seeing who is online, checking the status of a download, managing your controller, power, and more. These colorful characters are called cards, and they let you interact with games and the system in a variety of ways. First, as we've just resumed, the Control Center is showing a special card that allows me to get up to date on recent stories posted by publishers for games I am following.
Okay.
Another card here
so
shows
a little bit
me
like Steam.
Media I've captured from my gameplay using the Create button on the DualSense controller. Let's check out one of the most powerful new features of the PS5 console. They're actually just to the right in this row, and we call them activities. Activities are part of the plan to remove barriers to gameplay. Let's get an example of one way they're used in Sackboy: A Big Adventure. With a tap of the PlayStation button, I'm back to playing the game. Sackboy: A Big Adventure is packed with things to discover, and each level represents one type of activity I can play, many of which I can go back to later to discover more.
Such a cute IP. I should have used it.
I tapped the PlayStation button to bring up the Control Center again. I could see a number of available activities, both active and suggested by the system. Let's take this first one, A Big Adventure, as an example. I can see that I haven't quite completed this level yet. I'm at 33%. Let's open it up and see more. Here I can see more information, including key objectives I haven't met. And I'm seeing a very important piece of information here. It says about 10 minutes left.
Wow, they're telling me how long this achievement will probably take to get.
How long it will take me to complete this activity.
That's actually pretty neat.
Some activities even let you jump directly to that place in the game.
Wait, what?
But there's more to see here. For another example, let's open that activity back up. It looks like I missed an objective to find the monk robe's costume piece. Looks like I need a little help. Some in-game activities, like this one, offer official game help. Game help is included as a benefit for active PlayStation Plus members in some PS5 games.
So cheats for PlayStation Plus?
You can open up that objective to get some hints without resorting to a web search or digging through long videos or articles that might contain spoilers. This particular hint is a video, and I can play it here in the card, and I can expand it to get a bigger view without leaving the game.
Quick note here I want to put in. This is neat, But I want to know, like, how many games will really utilize this, because this seems to come directly from the developer or publisher, right? So it gives you hints where to get this stuff. But when a publisher or developer has to do this, I wonder how many will really utilize this feature as a third party developer. First party developer, I can totally see that people would do this, but as a third party developer, there seems to be like a lot of time they have to invest extra into the game. And unfortunately, most third party developers don't do that because time is money and, well, they don't have money or time. Um, yeah, but what they're trying to do here is they're trying to take, like, as I said, guides or videos from YouTube. They try to take that away and try to implement that directly into their platform so that the people don't have to leave the game and play more PlayStation. But again, that is a lot of work, and I wonder how often this feature is really getting utilized and how often we would just have like, oh, sorry, this information is not available to you. And yeah, this is a neat feature, but it will be really, 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 really interesting to see if it will get utilized beyond first-party developers.
Sometimes it's really useful to be able to see the hint on screen while you play. Some cards can be put in a picture-in-picture.
I mean, that's neat.
Or, as shown here, a side-by-side view.
That's neat.
Super cool.
You can use it if you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool.
Control center at any time. Now let's go find those rascally monk robes.
But again, I'm very interested to see if third-party developers are using it.
The team at PlayStation wanted to make it really easy to chat with your friends on the PlayStation 5 console. So let's check out how it works.
And now we can even listen in.
I'm opening an interactive notification with a tap of the PlayStation button, and I've decided to join the voice chat that my friend just entered. Now, my friend could have done this on the PlayStation app for mobile devices, from a PS4, or in this case, from a PS5. The DualSense controller features an integrated microphone too, so I could start talking.
I wonder how
right
good
away.
the quality
But
is.
I always have the ability to hit the mute button on the controller or in the menus.
I wonder how good the quality of that
Parties
is.
take on an expanded role with PS5, and they now provide persistent spaces to connect with groups that you play with. Here I have a couple of friends chatting away in the party. One of them has started sharing their screen with the group. Looks like they're playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. We can chat while we play, and I can watch his progress as well.
That doesn't... Can you make this bigger?
This is another card that could be put in picture-in-picture mode, or pinned to the side while you play.
Why would
I access it anytime via the control center too, but let's dismiss it for now.
I see what they are trying to do here, but they are doing it so badly. They are trying to make YouTube or Twitch obsolete, right? That you don't need that anymore. And you can just now use all these features inside your PlayStation. Like this one right here. But here's the thing, man. That is not how people are using live streaming. Or how people are sharing their experiences. Like, when they're people on their PCs or even on their console, they're putting it on a second monitor or on their phone or something like that. Like, they don't really want that to have as an overlay over the games they're playing right now. Like, they want to have this as a background noise. They want to listen to it. Or if they want to, like, watch a streamer, they're making a big picture and they are only watching that right now. So this whole feature is a neat idea, again, but nobody will really use this because it doesn't give them the same experience like a live streaming platform does. I know this sounds harsh when I say this, but this is unfortunately a half-assed feature. Because people want to watch streamers. Like, do they want to watch their friends play games? Yeah, some do. But then they do this, like, really watch, like they're watching it right now. And not just, hey, I'm playing a game, let me put you into the left corner and watch you playing another game. Like, and then you can only use, like, your friends. Like, it would be kind of cool if they also allow, like, YouTube or Twitch, right? Like, if they really would put, like, a live streamer there. Again, neat feature, but needs more love.
Okay, let's review. So far, we've seen how activities on PS5 will make it easier and faster to hop back into PS5 games, and how you can get in-game help and chat with your friends. So that leaves online multiplayer gaming. Let's check it out. I see that some of my friends are online, so it's time to say goodbye to Sackboy for now and spin a match of Destruction All-Stars. One of my friends in the party has already started a match, and we can join them from this card in Control Center.
Okay, so it's basically like a friendless joinable thing. Nice.
And there we go. Destruction All-Stars now quickly starts thanks to PS5's ultra-high-speed SSD. Okay, I think we've got enough people on our party, so let's jump in. We're keeping the focus on PS5's user experience today, so let's zip ahead so we can see more. And just
Fast
like that,
speed.
we're in. We don't have time to play a full match today, but I do think we have time to take a quick photo. To do that, I'll just tap the Create button on the DualSense controller. PS5 is always capturing recent gameplay, but when you compose a shot, even using in-game photo mode, you can capture a high-quality screenshot here. This
Only if we
optimizes
allow
capturing
it,
the
of
moment,
course.
letting you review and choose to share later on. I should mention, screenshots and video can be captured at up to 4K on the PS5 console. Okay,
But only
so
if we
far we've
allow
shown
it.
off how to jump into activities, how to chat with your friends, get into groups together to play, capturing gameplay, all of that while in-game. But what if I want to play a different game? Welcome to the PlayStation 5 home screen. This is where you'll land when you start up from
It
a
looks very
power-off
much like
state, and where you'll
PlayStation.
go when you want to choose a new game to play or download.
Looks like PlayStation
The
4.
layout of this space is designed to present games and game content beautifully on a 4K display, with simple and super fast access to what you need. And in case you're wondering, media-related apps will have their own space like this one, but today we're focused on gaming. Each game has its own hub completely integrated, so all you need to do is scroll down to see activities you can jump right into. Video clips, stories about the game, DLC,
And how much it costs.
backward-compatible PS4 titles will benefit from some of these features too. Let's move one spot to the left and check out Explore, which brings together all your games. We saw a view of this from the Control Center earlier, and another view will also be in the new PlayStation app for mobile devices. Explore keeps you in the loop with official stories from PlayStation and from all the games you're following, including trending media from the community. We'll be testing and learning about this feature in the US at launch, so not everyone will have this on day one. But it gives you a
It's
good
only
idea of the
US.
direction.
Okay.
And this is PlayStation's store for PS5. It's completely integrated into the system. It's not a standalone app anymore. Browsing for new games to play will be easier thanks to the speed of PS5 and a more personalized store experience. And here, you'll be able to browse the latest games and deals.
All the
You'll
money
find
you have
PS5
spent so that
games
you can
and
spend
many
more money
backward-compatible
faster.
PS4 games too. I'm sad to say, but we are almost out of time. So let's pull up Control Center one more time with a tap of the PlayStation button. On our way out, why don't we quickly share that photo we took in Destruction All-Stars? We can find recently captured media in this handy card in Control Center. From here, we can do some quick edits, but I think I'm ready to share it right now. On PlayStation 5, I have the option to share videos and images to supported external services, or I can send them directly to one of my parties. Remember, parties are bigger than just voice chat now, so I'll select one of my favorite parties here. Let's attach a quick message here. The DualSense controller makes this really easy. PlayStation 5 supports voice dictation in a number of languages, so you no longer have to type messages with the keyboard if you don't want to. Simply select the microphone button. Here's a cool detail. If my friend hasn't yet played the activity where I captured this media, and the game's developer thinks that activity might contain spoilers, they'll receive a warning before they view it. Well, that's it for our demo. There are many more exciting features we couldn't get to today, but we're super excited to share more of the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation app user experience with you in the coming weeks headed to launch. And of course, this was just a first look at what fans can expect on day one. The team at PlayStation is committed to evolving this experience with our community in the months ahead. We look forward to sharing more. Thanks for watching.
Alright. 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 Like, don't get me wrong. It's the user interface. There's nothing really crazy there, or what others haven't already tried to do. Like, yeah. it's a thing. It's a thing, so yeah, alright. Looked alright in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah. Like again, some of the features are a little bit like early, or well, not early stage, but very much like, hey, here's a feature which is relatively bare bones, but we could do more with it. Like, as I said, the video feature, like the picture-in-picture stuff where they're showing like the video. It's like, okay, that's okay, you know. It's nice. It's nice. All right. Well, glad that we covered that. So it's all right. It's all right. But let me see. Man, there are a lot of like games coming out on November 11th, and Xbox has now released their launch lineup. Let me show you that very quickly. So if you're wondering what at least the Xbox is offering you regarding games on November 11th, let me show you this. So we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, Bright Memory 1.0, Cuisine Royale, Dead by Daylight, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Dirt 5, Enlisted, Evergate, The Falconeer, Fortnite, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, Grounded, King Oddball, Maneater, Manifold Garden, NBA 2K21, Observer, System Redux, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Planet Coaster Console Edition. Yeah, that was announced today. That Planet Coaster Console Edition is coming out on November 11th. Tetris Effect Connected, The Tourist, War Thunder, War Mechanos Bane Slayer Edition,
I did, sir.
Watch Dogs Legions.
He's my cousin.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that.
You know that? What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole, too, sir. Gun is made first class Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo. Thank you, assholes.
I knew it. I'm
I do
surrounded
appreciate
by
that.
assholes.
WRC9, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and yes, Your Grace. Yo, assholes, good to see you. So these are all the games which will be available for Xbox Series X on launch. Keep in mind, they're not really talking about the backwards compatible games or games which are like updated or something like that, but they're really talking about like standalone stuff, which is rather neat. So there you go. Something else? Something else? Do I have something else? I don't think I have anything else. I think we're good. Yeah. I think we are good. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think we just have that. Well, there is one last thing we still have to do. And I haven't watched this last week with you. So let's do that right meow. We haven't watched Highlight Reel. Yeah. Let's watch this. And then we are playing video games. And hello, Moosey. Hello, Mr. Lemons. How's your sister? How's your sister? Good to see you. Welcome in.
This is Highlight Reel for October 8th, 2020, and we're here to show you some of the best recent clips from around the gaming world. In Valorant, shame me once, shame on you.
What?
Here's Hitman player Bernardo 1 again, taking a banana peel gag to its surreal conclusion.
Could you be any more annoying?
Wait.
What? Yeah, it's me again.
Over in FIFA 21, football is a little different on the streets.
I love Hitman. They can do so many silly things. Oh.
In Pathfinder Kingmaker,
Well.
what a dazzling display. In Skater XL, he just needed a rest.
I got blinded.
Serious Sam 4 may have some issues. In Spellbreak, they thought they were covered, but they missed a spot. In Alex, Golden Shard didn't think this through.
That was a good snipe. Uh-oh.
Genshin Impact froze because it saw a good dog. And honestly, I feel that. In Rust, this horse wasn't prepared for this ramp's hitbox.
You're ready? Oh, I'm ready. Oh!
In Breath of the Wild, all they
Physics.
wanted was to get into this castle.
Get wrecked. Well, that's your life now.
In Portal 2, this isn't the solution, but hell, I'll take it.
Wait, what? Yeah, that doesn't... Wait, what? Oh, come on, man.
About the trials.
Tell me about the trials.
The
Whoa.
Hunter's Lodge hosts hunting ground trials throughout the world, each offering hunters a chance to test their skills.
What do I get for completing them?
In The Last of Us Part 2, now we're cooking with gas.
Gasoline.
Also in The Last of Us, you're telling me.
This place is fucked.
In Among Us, what the?
Yes, it is. What?
Also
Wait,
in Among Us,
what?
around 7 kills in the med bay. Fantastic.
Wait. Seriously? Also, who's putting the kill timer on 10? What is that? That is so dumb.
In The Division, good dog. In The Division 2, asserting dominance. In Mario, you've got to be kidding.
Well, get wrecked, Mario. Get wrecked, man.
Actually, I changed my mind. Mario Sunshine is good.
Wait, what?
Didn't realize it was possible to get wombo comboed in Sunshine.
And you deserve it. Mamma mia!
In Call of Duty, they didn't see this coming.
Ooh, what is that? That is some... Ooh, that is some low graphics. Ooh. Must be... Ooh.
Explosive finish.
How close that was.
Close shave.
Holy shit.
Wow, I
In
saw
Spartans,
that
this
rocket.
footage is apparently not sped up.
Besides, Miss.
You hearing this? After all we did for Project...
Wait, what?
Your briefing's ready to go.
Damn, Ace difficulty is intense. Lastly, Gray Squadron recreated an iconic moment.
Did it work?
Did it just work? No.
Yeah, I even spun it in a circle. I was like...
LOL.
In Phasmophobia, scared before they even entered the house.
Can you open the front door?
Oh my god, that's the VR mode.
Oh my god! Yo, 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 yo. I was holding the book, and it just wrote "can't run" in the book.
Wait, what is it right?
I dropped the fucking book because it wrote "can't run" on it.
Activity.
Well, that's evidence.
It's important to have fun while hunting ghosts.
fucking good. Woo!
Thomas Clark.
What?
Hold on.
Oh shit, you. Oh fuck!
Ah!
Oh my god! Oh fuck!
Wait, I don't see it on camera. What's happening?
Oh my god, no! No, I'm in hell! I'm in hell! I'm in hell!
Alright, it's went down again.
Great camera placement here.
Betty Thompson is
Oh my god, I just went to 10. I went to 10.
Okay, why did I do that? Why did I do that?
What is going on there?
Shit, open the door, please, kid, for the love of God. I'm dying.
I dropped from
Everyone is everyone is dying.
Honestly, you gotta love the audio in Phasmophobia.
I have a candle. Where did this come from?
Dude.
Oh, Jesus, I can't see a thing. Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! This motherfucker in here, we should have never brought him. He's fucking trying to do something to demon. He's trying to fucking get.
What kind of ghost is this? Lastly, in Phasmophobia, this truly is the worst time for their friend's dad to use a power drill.
Where is power? Oh, activity 3. Ja, het is een F.
Hey.
And lastly today, in The Last Guardian, the situation is spinning out of control.
Ah, that was good.
This has been Highlight Reel. Please remember to like and subscribe for more, and to visit and share the affiliated clips in the description below. This show is community supported, so consider backing it on Patreon. And if you have a clip that you'd like on Highlight Reel, please send it to clips@highlightreel.info.
Yes, please do so. Tomorrow is the well, actually today is the new episode coming out, but we will watch it tomorrow.
Thanks to all our patrons, and a special thanks to these producer level patrons.
Yes, thanks to my patrons for being awesome. Yeah, Phasmophobia is a game I haven't played yet. The problem is, I need friends. Nobody is playing with me. Yeah, actually, I don't have Phasmophobia yet. Maybe I should really do like a weekend one or so. I know the Gaffer is playing it. And some others. So maybe, just maybe. I mean, it's $12. I will play it with you. It doesn't have a seat mode. Well, you can play it without VR. Believe it or not. You totally can. Never. No problem. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe this weekend, like playing a bit of Phasmophobia. I will see. Well, maybe we are doing it next week. Because we have. Let me see something very quickly because we are done with gaming news. Thank you everyone for watching the gaming news segment. We will now switch to gaming. But let me look at my release list very quickly before we do that. But again, yeah, we are done with gaming news. Like, we are through. Thank you so much for watching. And if you only came in for the gaming news, I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.